guys, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. These pieces, I primed them with dark gray primer, and I sprayed them. I left them overnight to dry and cure a little bit. And this morning, early this morning, I spray painted them black with actual spray paint. It's a gloss, so when I got out here now, it's like 2 in the afternoon, almost 3. And I lightly scuffed them again because it's glossy. I want it to be glossy for a reason, but I just lightly scuffed them with a 320 sandpaper and my sanding block. I like the gloss because it's giving it more of a it's kind of like a primer, and it's a barrier. So it's not only is it sealing and tannins and whatnot like a primer and a barrier, but it's kind of top coatish. You got to work with paint enough to know what I'm talking about, I suppose, but because it's a gloss, it's kind of like a built-in top coat in a way. And so then when I go over it with the 4 different colors that I plan on using, and I'm going to use a lot of water, when it rinses down, I want to see some of that black, but I don't want the water to wash the black. I want the black to stay put. So I am going to attempt to, I want purple and limestone to be showing the most, but I am also going to add purple, meaning black cherry. I'll show you. So the cap, you can't tell the cover from the cap, but if I open it, you can see how beautiful it is. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. So anyways, I want a lot of purple and a lot of limestone mostly, but I also want a few other colors. So I'm going to show, not a few, but we're going to use vintage duck egg. It's like a teal color, and then this is like a bluish green. It's called Siren Song, and I don't have hardly any in there. I think I might have more in the house, hopefully, if I need more. But I don't have an exact plan. I just know I want the darker purple mostly on the outside, lighter in the middle, and then I want to maybe put a transfer on it at the end. So my plans can change at any moment. We'll see. Okay, so this is just one coat, and you can see I even missed some black spots. That's fine because I'm going to put multiple coats on, okay? So now I am going to put the purple, the Siren Song, this blue. I'm going to go over the purple. I'm going to put, just where the purple is, I'm going to go over it with Siren Song, and then in the Siren Song, I'm going to put turquoise over the top. Okay, you guys, this is basically 2 layers of paint on. Yes, it looks sloppy. Now, okay, well, first of all, remember I painted this dark Siren Song in the middle and the purple on the outside, and then I kind of did the opposite, and then I took the Siren Song out for the second paint layer. So the Siren Song is over the purple, and I have the vintage duck egg over the top of the Siren Song, okay? And now I'm going to do the exact opposite, only I'm going to put, this time I'm adding limestone, okay? So now I'm going to put limestone over the top of the turquoise, over the duck egg, and I'm going to put the purple back where I started with the purple, and then I'm going to water it down and get it drippy. So I'll show you, I'll start out with painting some of the purple on. And go, actually, okay. But anyways, once I get that done, before I start spraying with the water, I'll turn the camera back on and show you the spraying. So basically there's going to be a third layer on here before I start watering it down and get the drippy. And if it doesn't work exactly the way I want it to, then I will need to put another layer on it and drippy it again. So I'll turn the camera, like I said, I'll turn the camera back on when I get done with this third layer of paint. Okay, so here's the fun part. I'm gonna water it down. I'll water up on the top. I'm not sure what I'm doing exactly. Okay, now I'm just gonna water and water and water. I'm gonna make a big bath on the, it'll all drip down to the floor. Okay guys, this is what I'm going to do in this little video that I'll add to the large video, obviously. I'm going to use my IOD brayer. Yeah, last night off camera I used Wiseowl metallic pearl and the mercury. This is the heavy metals metallic paint. Okay, and I used the pearl. And I used my piece of cling wrap right here and I rolled it onto my brayer, and then I dumped the metallic paint onto my plate, and you just roll it. I'm going to do that right now again with the copper now. So now I'm going to put a little bit of copper on. I did that yesterday, right before I this is a little wide. You don't want it too wide or you're going to get it messy on the brayer. This might be too wide. Sometimes you just do it again. Obviously you put the sticky side down, right? Kind of get it in there. So last night before I went to sleep, I came out here and decided to do that. I thought that I was going to be done. So this morning before I even got dressed, I came out here and I put on a coat of varnish. I used Wiseowl satin varnish. I would have used 1 hour because it dries a little quicker, but I only had matte, and I wanted some, that here I have more at the shop, but I wanted to use satin. So all I had left was varnish, so that I used it all up too. I even threw the can away. So here's my satin varnish, Wiseowl of course. And so well, I need that to cure nice and well so that I can put a transfer on. But right around, so anyways, I don't know if you can see the shininess. Let me look. It's kind of hard to tell, but there is metallic paint on there already. Let's get this light up here closer. Got a light behind us. There we go. If you can see, I use on the outside edges is where the metallic paint is, the white, the pearl. It's not like super bright, but if you get closer, it added more white, and it added more shading, and made it a little bit more dramatic. Okay, and now I want to use the copper a little bit just on the outside. I don't want it in the inside because I'm going to put a transfer on the inside. So I figured since I forgot to turn the camera on to show you what I was doing with the pearl metallic paint, I'd turn it on and show you with the copper. Let's see if I have enough in here. I dump them into little squeeze bottles. Let's see what we got going on here. Here's the copper. I use copper a lot. I want this piece to be lighter and brighter, so I don't want to use a lot of copper because I don't want to darken it up. So I just poured it on my plate, and obviously I've already used this plate. It's not going to hurt anything. And I just slowly roll it out. I don't want a lot. I don't want it real thick and juicy. I just want it nice and thin and get it a little bit even on the roller. And see all that crunkly from the cling wrap or press and seal is gonna create a texture, a distressing texture. So, I'm gonna get to the side here, right here. See, I have the detail here. See the varnish in the door. I'm always scared to start because I don't want too much. I just want a little bit, so I'm gonna go right on the corner. There we go, it's going in good. Yep, just like that. It's just adding that little extra touch of detail, that's it. And I definitely like that. I was a little worried I might not, but I definitely do. That's cool. So, and obviously after I put the transfer on, it'll need another top coat. So the white metallic is already top coated, so okay, so here's a trick too with the transfers. With the IOD, Iron Orchid Designs, I'm going to use the new transfer, and when you use those, you don't always have to use a top coat, but I like to, especially if it's porous or if you've used a lot of layers of paint that might not be all the way cured. That's the trick. If you have it wet, or if it's not cured, like drying from the inside out, if that moisture is still coming out and curing from the inside out, it might push away the transfer from the surface, so it won't adhere it as well. Or it'll pull the paint up, because it won't be dry enough for the transfer to stick. I mean, like, you don't put stickers on water, you know? You don't put, it's not a sticker, but you don't want to put it on something wet and moist. So, I have, like I said, a layer on here, but once the transfer goes on, I'm going to want to put a protective coat over the top of the transfer as well. So when I put the top coat over the transfer, it'll go over the top of this copper paint as well. And that's how you do it, guys. And depending on how much you want, you just add, start little. It's always easier to add more than take away, but you can always spray it with water and wipe it off. It's water-based. It won't wipe off forever, but right at the beginning. So again, I will turn the camera back on when I get ready to do the transfers.